And also, Les, from a tourism standpoint, I mean, the selection process is not easy because we in tourism, we want to use music festival, to bring tourists to the island.
Yes.
In order to do so, you have to look at the kind of market that we're going after. We're going after discerning a mature crowd. We are aiming for the one percenters. Now, who does that crowd want to see, and who they travel for? And so it's a balance, because we have a strong stake in this. We use this as a tool. So of course, maybe look at Beyonce, but can Beyonce, bringing the type of people that we may want, who can fill the hotel rooms, who are the discerning travelers who want to experience the whole island, go to the Marshalls and have a wonderful time, or do we want somebody who will come, go to the show and just stand on the beach? So what type of artist will bring in the type of tourist that St. Kitts is aiming for?
Right.
And very importantly too, because we have done this on a number of occasions, where if the artist is agreeable to staying back a day or two on the island at our expense,
yes,
where tourism would pay for their fee, take them around, show them around, because again, that's material that we can use that we don't have to pay much for to promote the destination overseas. So we've done that on many occasions.
Right. Now, some people over the years have given some feedback that sometimes what you have is that you have too many artists performing on one night. And in fact, probably what you need is maybe you need 3 acts, but yet good acts, but yet a longer time for each act. I have heard that. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I think it's a valid concern, but of course, as we've been talking earlier, it's about balance. And obviously, when visitors come to the island to experience the festival, they're not just, well, first of all, we're not just selling the festival, we're selling the experience, and the experience is St. Kitts. So when they come here, as Sergio quite rightfully said earlier too, the festival is just the add-on, it's the bonus. So we want them to engage in other things, and sometimes, on average, an artist would perform for 60 minutes. Some may go to 90.
Right.
But you hardly ever find them going longer than that. So if you really build in a show and you're starting at 8 o'clock, then it means you're going to end by 11, 12. That would affect the vendors that you have in the venue. But more importantly for me is the fact that there must be other things happening in the country in order to satisfy that demand by those visitors. And so we have to make sure that when they come here, if we end the festival at 12 midnight, for instance, that there are other things that they can engage in. Unfortunately, that is not always the case. And so we have to be sure that, yes, there are things happening. But then, what you find nowadays is that depending on who you talk to, you get a different view. I think for the younger at heart, they wouldn't mind the festival going till morning. For a more mature audience, they would want it end at a decent hour, 12, 1 o'clock, because perhaps they want to do something else, or they want to go home and sleep. My view is, especially for younger persons, and the statistics have shown that we tend to have a more younger to middle-aged audience. And so when they come here to party, they come here to have fun, they come here to have a great, wholesome experience. And so you must be able to engage them. And so on average, we try to end the festival around 2 o'clock. Because we also feel that, yes, we want people to be able to go to the Vibes Band, the Boozies, and on the Strip, and the small little bars, and so on, because it doesn't necessarily mean that because you come to St. Kitts that the festival is the only thing on your mind. We've met persons who came to St. Kitts for the festival, but who never made it to the festival because they had so much fun in the different bars, in the different communities.
Forget
and
about
so
the
on,
music festival.
That by the time the festival time, they sleep in the drum, and so on. But they tell you they're coming back because they had so much good fun. I mean, I know personally that I've been to St. Lucia, I've been to Jamaica numerous times for the festival, and I've never made it to the festival because you have other things happening, and so you're able to have a great experience without even going to the festival. And so we want the environment to build in that that sort of atmosphere to build, so that persons can experience the festival, but at the same time, after the festival, there's other things for them to do. And but until that happens, I find sometimes some persons say, everybody's going to be concentrating on the festival. Nobody going to be interested in coming to my place, and it's best to close down and just come to the festival also. And for obvious reasons, if you have an occasion to see some of the performers who you love, I mean, you too might be encouraged to close and come and experience it as well. But ideally, we would want persons to come to the festival, but at the same time experience all the different offerings of St. Kitts.
You had something.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, it's always a balancing act, especially when you sit in the position where I sit. Yes, I've heard the criticism as well, and I think it's to some extent it's a valid criticism. But the balancing act for me is this: some persons would like maybe 3 or 4 acts, and everybody go home at 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock. But remember, we have, they're saying, okay, people don't want to go on this trip, they want to go other places, do other things. But I also have to remember, I have persons who paid a lot of money to set up their business inside the venue. A bar is $10,000. So when you've paid the music festival $10,000, and I'm going to end the show at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, so that people could go someplace else where they have not paid anything, how could that be fair to the people who have paid the money and is inside the festival? I still understand giving the tourists a chance to explore other things, but that's why I say it's a balancing act. And it's one of those things that, there is no right or wrong decision. You just have to see how you could balance that out. But I also really have to take into consideration the fact that we have gone out to these people, we have sold them the space, they've paid a lot of money for the space, and we must give them every opportunity to make back their money and a decent profit.
Right. Okay, 1996, we are now in 2016, and we've come a long way. So could you tell us a little bit about this year's festival, 2016? What is the focus of this year's festival? What is the feedback that you have been getting on the artists? Who are some of the artists, etc.?
As we indicated earlier on, that, since 1996, we have stayed true to our philosophy, and that is that we were not interested in doing a festival of a particular genre of music. We thought that we want to widen it and make it more diverse, so that persons from different walks of life can come and experience the festival. So we've stayed true to that, and this year is no different. It's a mixture of some of the best performers from the past, with some new ones, because we felt that it's a sort of reflection on what have happened over the last 19 years. So we brought back some artists to represent, that period. And so we have added some new ones, because obviously, they have some new persons who may have never been to the festival, or some who have been to the festival many years and so on, so they want to see something new. So we have a Thursday night lineup that is a mixture of soca, calypso, and Latin music, because we can't forget, our large Spanish community. So we have El Major Clásico, we have LAX, Shanna, Nietzsche B, Keja, from St. Kitts, of course. We have Kestaban out of Trinidad, New Vibes and Small Axe out of St. Kitts, the original Burning Flames out of Antigua, and the original Bouillon Pioneers, former members of WCK.
Didn't the original Burning Flames break up? But they're coming back
Well,
together for this?
they did. They have come back together as of I think a year ago, and so they do some special events and so on. So they
Also, they recently performed in Toronto, the original Burning Flames, and it was a really explosive performance. For that Thursday night,
Onion is one they call Onion, right?
Onion and Unko and so on. And these Burning Flame is one of those acts that people always been asking about. I mean, ever since the split, they've always been a strong desire for the band to get back together and so on, because there's a love-hate kind of connection between St. Kitts and Antigua. I mean,
but we
now,
all love Burning Flames.
Exactly, Burning Flames is one of those things that help to connect us. I mean, many Kittitians have been to Antigua for carnival, have been to Antigua for cricket, have been to Antigua for almost everything you could think about, and vice versa. And the Antiguans have been to St. Kitts, and something. There are times that you feel you're in Antigua when you're in St. Kitts, and vice versa. So persons have been looking forward. They've been asking for Burning Flame, so we've managed to broker that deal so that we'll have them here in St. Kitts. Same thing to WCK too. They are the original WCK, so they're coming back again to bring back some memories. And as you know, this is our 20th anniversary, so it's a time for reflection and as we call it, consolidate, and we move on. So
and just to jump on,
so that's the Thursday night.
Yeah, but that's the Thursday night, because this night's a powerful night.
The jump up night.
No, more than that, it's a Caribbean party.
Right.
We're talking about having some of the most legendary artists in soca music. I mean, grandmasters in all, have gotten some kind of, admiration and so forth from Burning Flames and WCK. And then, of course, we have our very own local and new vibes. So it is really a night that are going to be epic, and I'm inviting people out for that. I don't think you could afford to miss a night where you can party, you can jump up, excuse me using the word here, you can walk up with the likes of what we have.
Everybody
here.
know what walk up is.
And then on Friday night, that is predominantly a reggae night. Those of you who had the chance to come out and see Junior Gang when he was here first know that it was a fantastic performance.
It was epic.
So therefore, no doubt he would live up to expectation again. So we have Damien Junior Gang Mali joined by Morgan Heritage, and Morgan Heritage have always delivered the goods. So there's no doubts there whatsoever. You have Dexter Daps for the the younger at heart, Marcia Griffith, Levi Sibbles, Bejour, Maud Stoney, Malik Mustafa, Imark, Rodney, and Crucial Banky from St. Kitts. Now, if you notice, it's a mixture of veteran, legends, young, and a more mature, audience on Friday night.
Also, that's why the last time we had Damien Junior Gang Mali, we sold out.
Yeah.
So a word to the warning, already this night is showing very strong. The VIP for express events, I think have already sold out on Friday. So that's a strong indication that, hey, when these tickets go on sale, which I think is on Monday, it's best to get, well, I'll tell you right now, buy season tickets. If you're picking a night, Friday is going very, very fast.
Okay. Then you have Saturday, we have Taurus Riley, the OJ's Diana out of Anguilla, and 50 Cent, and he's presented by Effin Vodka. Of course, we may add someone else to the Saturday lineup, and folks should hear some more about that.
Okay.
But in terms of Saturday night, I know some person have been saying Saturday night compared to the other nights, they say Saturday night is smaller, there's nothing happening on Saturday night.
But they're performing longer.
But Saturday night, the performance is just as long. What happened for Thursday and Friday, it may look very lengthy to the eye, but simply because we have listed, for instance, the local package on Thursday and the local package on Friday is not as long as it appears. Because remember, all these artists are not performing for 60 minutes.
Right.
They're only performing a shorter set. So don't be fooled by the listing. But I also want to mention the Wednesday night show, which is the opening night show. That is going to be in Independence Square. And we will put out the program for that very shortly. But just to add that, as you know, we spoke earlier about Mr. Bagnall being in New York, and so Mr. Bagnall will be one of the artists featured on the Wednesday night show, Grandmasters, and a host of other local talent on that opening show on Wednesday night in Independence Square. And of course, we have front stage at Independence Square, which is our lunchtime concerts. They are back from 11 to 4:30 on the Thursday, the Friday, and the Saturday of the music festival, because we recognize we'll have a lot of visitors in the place, we'll have a lot of returning nationals, and of course even those residents here who want somewhere to go, and to listen to some good music over lunch, they can engage in front stage at Independence Square over the period of the festival.
Okay, gentlemen, it's time to go to the phone lines. We want to hear what some of the people are saying. I mean, their feedback and their opinions are important, and so we're going to take their calls. The numbers to call are 465-2555, that's the local number, and 718-577-2916. That's the overseas number. So the overseas number is 1-718-577-2916, and the local number 465-2555. We welcome your call. Working for you, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I have a question to ask. Now, it is said that the music festival is not designed to make a profit, and I don't think that we have ever been given a financial statement as to what has been spent out and what comes in. Now, I would like to know, there is a change of administration, and the chances are maybe the committee that is responsible for the music festival, probably they have new members on them. I don't know if it's the same old members or new. What I want to know now is music festivals still will be designed not to make a profit? Because it doesn't make sense to me for all of these monies to be spent out and nothing is coming in, because this to me is a loss to the country and somebody will have to foot that bill. So I would like to know if it is still designed to not make a profit. I'll listen off here.
Thank you, Paula.
Well,
Anyone?
it's not that it's not designed to make a profit per se. It's really designed. I think the objective is to cover its expenses more than anything else. I think if we can get to the point where we have enough money to pay all the expenses, then we'll be happy with that. I tend not to agree with it being a waste of money. I often say if you really want to test that question, imagine a year of no festival. All those shops that makes money, all the taxi men that makes money, or the extra hours that people get in the hotels. I mean, all the various activities, economic activities, that would slow down. And I think sometimes, because we've had it for so long, a music festival every year, we come to take what it gives us for granted. And oftentimes we need to lose it for a year to understand what we have lost. So my view is that the country benefits tremendously. And it's one of those situations where the benefit goes down to even the lowest man. The man who is selling his tray with nuts every night, who on an average night can make $200, but on this night may not sound like a lot to us. But on music festival, his average nightly tray would bring him $500. And I think that's the way we need to think of it generally, rather than specifically looking at what money goes out and what money comes in.
And as I indicated earlier on, so the music festival is a marketing initiative, and so it is a vehicle we use to not only promote the destination but to create some awareness about the destination. And so when you add that value to what we make at the gates, it far exceeds what we spend in terms of putting on the festival on an annual basis.
So the music festival ties into basically government's policy, somewhat in terms of the promotion of the arts and culture. And it's tourism policy as well, entertainment industry.
Right, that's right.
Working for you, good afternoon.